Good morning. I am QUAN, and this is I Have No Cards Tarot. Let me ask you all a quick question. What would make a group of men, 3 young men, they're legal adults, take an 18-year-old body of a little girl, 18 years old, that backs out of a threesome? They managed to, con an 18-year-old girl and her friend into having a threesome with them. And when they tried to back out of it, they shot her. They shot her several times for backing out of a threesome. And then, guess what they did? You know what they did? They took her body. They took her body in a car, and they raped her and sexually assaulted her after they shot her. And then they dumped her body in the woods somewhere. This happened in Mississippi. Okay. So, the message today, very quickly. Somebody in my collective was asking what energy harvesting is, okay? So I'm going to explain to you really quick and short and brief. I know most of you already know this, but I will always sound redundant to you all and repeat the same things because there are new people and new subscribers adding on every day. And sometimes I have to repeat things so that new people can get an understanding. I'll try not to make it long, though. Energy harvesting is when, in order to manifest abundance for yourself and to manifest an opportunity for yourself, people that have occult knowledge and understand energy transference and understand that you manifest money, which is a form of energy, currency. You understand that openings for opportunities can also manifest as a result of directing energy, a certain type of energy towards whatever your wish and intention is, okay? And they understand that in order to manifest anything on the physical realm, it first has to manifest on the in the spiritual realm, okay? People understand that. So energy that's put together in the spiritual realm will eventually manifest into the physical realm. So things have to be done. Energy has to be taken and placed with an intention in front of it, okay? And then that gas is that energy, okay? The energy is the gas behind the intention of the wish that you're making, okay? So one way that people that cannot manifest their abundance and they cannot manifest things in their life because their energy centers are thrown off. You have chakra centers in your body, which are energy centers, okay? 3 of which are your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. These are what are used to manifest abundance for you, stability for you, so you can eat, sleep, and survive in this world, okay? Some people have trouble manifesting on their own because they're chaotic and distorted, so their energy is centered, is thrown off. So they're unable to be able to think clearly and to be able to take decisive actions in order to manifest things on their own energy. So what they do is they go and energy harvest from other people in order to make their wishes come true. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is I want you all, when you have time, to look in my playlist, the public one, the only one that I have that's public. The name of it is called Education. I like to save random videos that I like and I find educational and for different reasons of my own. And scroll all the way to the most recent one if you have time. The name of it is They Ended Her Life Because She Said She Was Backing Out Of, okay? And then it's titled by Twisted Crimes. It was just posted 2 hours ago. And someone, incidentally, someone was asking about energy harvesting. So again, I asked the question, what would make 3 men shoot an 18-year-old girl that backed out of a threesome, several times, and after shooting her, to take her in a car and sexually assault her, try to take that energy from her anyway, before dumping her body? Okay, what would drive somebody to do something like that to a child? 3 adult men. What would drive? Like they can't just go find somebody else that's willing to have a threesome or pay a prostitute or whatever the case. What is the driving force behind something that serious? And why did those tornadoes rip through Mississippi the way that it did? you have my deepest sympathies. If you have family in Mississippi, if you have family in New Orleans and family in places in the South and all over the world, the country, don't get me wrong. I am not sitting up here trying to hurt anybody and trigger anybody. If you lost somebody or close to you, or you were affected by these tornadoes. But I've been saying for a long time, get out the way. It's coming down. God is about to come through this place. I've been saying that, not just me. Many people, God's anointed people, have been saying it is coming. But we didn't know how it was going to come. Now, a lot of people would disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm not upset with anybody for disagreeing. We all have free will. We all have our thoughts, and I respect you. But what I'm saying is, from what I am being showed intuitively, people keep saying that a change is coming, a shift is happening. God is about to bring his wrath. It's about to be Passover, and God is about to strike out on people that are doing spell work and misdirecting energy and abusing feminine energy in the wrong way. But every time we say it's getting ready to happen, no one knows how. And then when God shows us how, and it happens right in our face, a lot of times we want to be like, oh no, bad things happen to people. That's not a good thing. We shouldn't talk about that. This, that, and the other. No! If God said I'm coming through to clean some shit up. I'm coming through to clean up the air and the atmosphere. The energy in this place is all fucked up because people have been doing ritualistic spell work on young divine feminine energy, misusing the womb, and chaotic masculine energy and chaotic distorted feminine energy, and they're using it to do death spells on people and to try to gain abundance by energy harvesting people. Because they can't use their own energy to manifest, they're taking other people's energy and they're being paid money. Spiritual practitioners are being paid money from overseas, and people that have learned this technique, and deem themselves to be a spiritual practitioner on their own, because they decided this is something I want to become if it's a quick way I can get money by killing people. When the method that God uses to start cleaning shit up all around the place comes, a lot of people will look and say, oh no, that's just a disaster. No, that's just this. No, that's just something random that happened. That's a terrible thing to say. No, if this is the method that God chose to come through to clean up certain places because it's been too much of it going on in a place. If too many practitioners were taking dirty money, to put spells on people in New Orleans, if too many practitioners were taking money in different places where there are too many covens in Georgia and different places, not just in the South, in the North, all over the world. And God says, I'm going to come through. I'm going to bring my hand in because y'all are using this to siphon energy from my anointed. Then that's just what it is. One of the methods that the cleanup in this energy during this shift is in the form of weather that has been coming through. It is what it is. I'm sorry. If you get mad at me, I respect you. We all have the right to feel the way we feel. But in the same token, truth is just truth. Okay? Mississippi was hit very hard. And I believe that it was hit very hard because a lot of coven activity has been going on there. A whole lot of spell work, a whole lot of money has been changing hands to do a whole lot of low vibrational energy work on people. And someone was asking, what is the energy harvesting? Energy harvesting is when you have to first go collect energy because you don't have your own in order to make your wishes come true, okay? So what people will do is they'll specifically, and covens, they have whole covens. A coven is a prayer group, okay? A coven is a prayer group. It's a group of people that come together, like-minded, that they want a certain wish of theirs to come true. And all of them are going to wish on a star, basically. They're going to all make the same wish, okay? A coven is a prayer group. Okay, a prayer is a spell. It's just something that you want to happen, and you're going to bring some energy behind it to gas the manifestation of that thing coming into fruition. So what's going to happen is you're going to take several people, okay, to all think about the same thing at the same time. This is called collective consciousness. This is where several people think of the same thing that they want to happen at the same time, okay, and they're wheeling this into existence by thinking of it, and they're picturing this with their mind, okay, and then they're putting their energy behind it, okay, and their energy they're behind it. Sexual energy is a very powerful form of energy, because this is the same energy that's used to create a whole human being. It's the life force in plants, it's the life force in humans, it's a life force in the planet, period. It's a life force that's used not just to create another human being and create pleasure from sex, but it's the same life force that's used to be creative and manifest abundance in how you think mentally, okay, and how you manifest things by thinking of them mentally, and then they start to appear in the physical for you, you know, because everything that you do in the physical has to first be a thought, something that you thought of in the mental plane, right? So what people do is they'll raise up their own energy, okay, and they'll use their creative energy to think of a good idea, and then they'll execute that good idea in the physical plane, and they'll start their own business. But some people, what they'll do is they'll use that energy, instead of raising it up into their crown chakra, instead of raising it up into the solar plexus, instead what they do is they'll gather with other people and start having sex. They'll have sex with the people in their prayer group or coven all together. They'll all have sex to conjure up that energy. And then the main vessel, the main person, after everyone has sex with everybody, to transfer that sexual energy and pool it together, they'll have sex with the main person. And while that main person is holding the energy from all the other people they had sex with, they will do a ritual, and they will all focus their minds on what it is they're trying to make happen or invoke. So if they're trying to spiritually kill somebody, they can all focus on a ritual in which they say that person's name, they have their picture, candle magic, whatever it is, they'll do a spell to try to kill somebody or hurt someone. Now, prayer groups or covens, it's just the name, because languages have changed over years, letters, everything, so it doesn't matter. If you feel some kind of way about the words that I'm using, it's because of the way your brain is trained, okay? Because the English language at one time didn't even exist, okay? A group of people can also come together with their energy, not just having sex, but they can also just come together and hold hands with each other and transfer energy to each other. And they can invoke out loud and with their energy and all picture Sister Johnson's healing. Sister Johnson is going to come back and heal from her diabetes. Sister Curly, Sister Cunningham in church. Sister Blue, Sister Cunningham, Sister Johnson, they're all going to have a speedy recovery from when they had to go in and have that damn heart surgery. She's going to have a speedy recovery from that pregnancy. She's going to have a speedy recovery. She's going to return to full health. This is a coven or a prayer group, okay? They're energy harvesting in a good way. They're pooling their energy together, and they're speaking out the words. They're using the energy in their bodies to invoke and speak with their words someone's healing. But covens come together also to use that lower vibrational, not saying it's a negative energy, but sexual energy is a lower vibrational energy, okay? They're using that energy to manifest things for themselves by having sex with each other, and eventually putting it into the occult leader, having sex with the occult leader. The occult leader takes everyone's sexual energy. And the people that are a part of this coven, what they are contracted to do a lot of times is to go out and to find young men and young women that have more pure energy, because they're younger, okay? They're younger, and some of them have very powerful spiritual energy, you know, that they're too young to know about or be educated about, or know, they don't know themselves. Know thyself. And because these young people don't know themselves, you know, and they might be in chaotic, distorted energy. A lot of them might come from messed up families, if they have a family at all. They find a lot of young women out here, and young men, and they'll bring them into these covens, or they'll just recruit them and they'll seduce them and they'll have sex with them, or offer them money if they're a young person that's already prostituting themselves. They'll bring these people and have sex with them. The child might not even know that what's happening to them is energy harvesting. The person that's having sex with them is a contracted member of a coven that was sent out to scout certain types of energy and to have sex with these young girls, to take their energy from them. And how they take their energy from them through sex is by going in not with the intention of orgasming themselves, but only making the young girl orgasm or the young man orgasm. It happens both ways with men and women. So you're not going in for an equal mutual exchange of pleasure. You're going in there just to take the person's energy. So the person goes in and they're picturing something while they're having sex with that person. They have their mind, they're invoking something. They're speaking something while they're having sex with that young person. The young person doesn't know that, okay? The young person doesn't know that person is tapping in to their energy centers. And when the younger person orgasms, they pull that energy in. They're not coming. They're not releasing their energy to that person. They're only sucking their energy. That is energy harvesting. And then even after that, now that they have an attachment, an energetic cord or attachment to that younger person's root chakra, sacral and solar plexus chakra, they can continue to do rituals with the coven and energy harvest from them, okay? To manifest things for that coven or for that individual that's having sex with them. They don't even have to keep having sex with them. All they have to do is cause that person some type of emotional pain. Because another way that you energy harvest is by causing someone to be aggravated, to cause confusion, to play around with someone's head and cause an imbalance in their emotional body. A lot of young people, that you can play with their minds because they're young. So you can play games with them. I don't know why this person had sex with me and said they loved me and wanted to be with me and then disappeared out of nowhere. And then they appeared back in my life and started abusing me and calling me names. And then they got physically abusive and disappeared again. And now they're in my face telling me they love me again. This is all confusing to me. Why are they doing this? My emotions are all over the place. My head is scattered. When they get into that chaotic, distorted energy, these young people, they're releasing all kind of low vibrational energy that the person that's playing in their energy is harvesting from every time. It's like 9/11. 9/11 is Ethiopian New Year's. That is the day they chose to bring the towers down. Because every year for the rest of this life on 9/11, people that were affected by that are going to feel sadness, and they're going to re-invoke those low vibrational sad emotions. And when they emit all of that negative emotion collectively together, there is a coven and groups and societies that do rituals on 9/11, which is Ethiopian New Year's. They chose that date for a reason, and they do rituals in which they invoke whatever their wishes are, and they have all the energy they need to pull behind in the atmosphere for them to direct behind whatever it is they are trying to invoke. Okay? Energy is real. Okay? If energy is not real, you wouldn't be able to talk to your remote control TV. All right? You would not be able to scream out to your TV for it to turn off or turn on. I mean, they showed you years ago with the clap on, clap off. God damn it, that's energy. It's vibrations in the air that cause the lights to come on and off. Energy. Now everything you can operate just with your voice. Imagine and understand this is how spell work works. The same way things operate with your voice. You can call your Tesla car, Tesla, come hither, Tesla. Come hither, my expensive electric car. It's energy. That's how magic works. That's how energy harvesting works. You're using the energy in the atmosphere to speak out your command. Okay? So I was so touched about that story. Y'all look it up if you have time. The name of it is They Ended Her Life Because She Said She Was Backing Out Of. And it's by Twisted Crimes. It is in my playlist called Education. It's made public. It's the very last video. And I believe that what happened was, those three men, what I'm getting spiritually is those three men were contracted to some type of a coven, okay? Wherein they were supposed to have sex with those girls and energy harvest from them. That's why it was so damn serious. That's why even after shooting her because she refused to do that sexual act, even after shooting her, somebody said, I still have to hurry up and get the energy from her. So I'm going to fuck her in the car with a bullet hole in her. I'm sorry. That's these ancestors that are speaking through me. Things come through me sometime energetically, and I get emotional about them, and it has nothing to do with me. But it's it's some high vibrational ascended masters and ancestors that are over here, and they are overlooking the shit that's going on around us, and they are upset. They are highly upset about this distorted, chaotic, masculine and feminine energy and this shit going on. Whoever that young man was that shot her and then stuck his thing up in her after shooting her, he wanted to hurry up and collect that energy because he was contracted to bring the energy back to whoever the leader of that coven was. And this shit is happening all over the South, all over the world, but specifically I'm trying to tell you all over the South. You know, they have organized themselves in such a way where this thing has become so big and so serious that people, when they're not getting their money because they're not getting that contract energy that they're supposed to pull, you know, this is what's going on. When people are playing, you don't have to have sex with someone to energy harvest from them. You can energy harvest from a person also by becoming their friend and becoming very close to them through contact by talking to them and spending time with them and being around them. You don't know the whole time somebody could be walking with you, hanging with you in the park, and the whole time this person is speaking invocations while they're walking around with you, and they're trying to siphon your energy by speaking rituals under their breath, and you might not even notice it if you're not intuitive enough. I've seen it happen to me. People that I've never even had sex with, they just wanted to be friends with me. You know, they wanted to be up in my energy. The whole time they were chanting. The whole time they were around me, they were chanting, and they were trying to siphon energy from me. And I was opening myself simply by talking to these people as a friend and opening my heart to them. You know, being open mentally and emotionally, even to just a platonic friend, can allow for them to energy harvest from you, especially if they know how to do things to play around in your energy or play in your head. You know, like they might tell you one thing blatantly and then turn around 2 days later and say the opposite, and it confuses you. Like, wait, you said you were this. I'm confused. I never said that. And you're like, what the hell? And it jilts your energy. It throws you off, and it causes you to release a certain type of energy because you're a genuine friend. You're a genuine, loving, kind person. So it emotionally throws you off because you will care about the person that you've befriended. And when you get thrown off emotionally and you're confused, that low vibrational energy of feeling confused and distorted, you know, you release energy and they eat. That's narcissistic feed, because spell work and narcissism go hand in hand. So when you confuse somebody intentionally and they're in their head about something, even a platonic friend or family member, or they say something to hurt you or do something to try to confuse you, you know, and you release that energy, that's narc supply. They knew what they were trying to do. They were intentionally trying to get a reaction out of you so that you would give an emotional response. So your emotional response is a form of energy harvesting for a narcissist, okay? This is narcissistic behavior. So when you give an emotional response, whether it's because of someone you're sleeping with, whether they're a family member, or whether they're a friend, okay? Or whether you work with them, or whether they're a boss, when you give an emotional response, because you're emotionally open to these people, because you communicate with these people, which means you're mentally open to these people, because you have some form of communication with them, and you give them the emotional response they're looking for at that particular moment, they eat that energy up. And that's what they're using to manifest things for themselves with, your energy, okay? So I hope that has cleared up a little bit for someone and give you an idea of what energy harvesting is, okay? It's used to manifest abundance. Now, high vibrational people, they don't need to energy harvest. They don't need to energy harvest from anyone, okay? High vibrational people don't need to energy harvest from anyone because their chakras are already in alignment. They're already creative. They already are thinking with their higher mind, which allows creativity to flow in, which allows them to think about things in the mental plane that can manifest abundance, and then they know how to act it out and manifest it into the physical plane, okay? And high vibrational people, when they are only focusing on themselves, you know, and they're using all their energy for themselves, they manifest a lot of abundance for themselves, okay? Because they're not thrown off balance, because they're not connected to anybody. That's why a lot of times in business, you do best when you're running a business and you're not in a relationship with anybody low vibrational, because your energy centers are all in alignment. No one is playing around in your emotional body and has your mental attention on them. Therefore, your energy follows wherever your mind is. So if someone is playing around with your emotions and you're thinking about the person playing with your emotions instead of focusing on your business, then your energy is going to flow up out of your sacral and solar plexus chakra and into the other person, and they're going to manifest abundance from you, because that energy is supposed to flow up into your mind as you work on your own business. But instead, that energy is flowing over to the person that's distracting you, because your mind is over there with them. So there goes your energy too. Right about your solar plexus and sacral, that energy flows right over to them, and they use it to manifest for themselves. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest vibration of love and light, our highest ancestors and guides and ascended masters, please bring forth the message for the highest good of the intended listeners in my collective, to put them on their highest path for their highest good. Please channel through my third eye to be able to perceive the message as you want it to come through, and also channel through my tongue to use the right words to explain as plain and simply put, so as to be understood with perfect clarity and understanding, to put our collective on their highest path of light and love. Amen. Amen Ra. Okay, I have South America. I have Cancer, AIDS, STD. It came out sideways, so it can be any of these three. Okay. This is a lesson. Learn and move on. There's somebody that needs to leave somebody alone and walk away completely. This person was in your life for a quick lesson, and you need to walk away. This person, if they haven't got it already, is about to be plagued. Someone is about to, I have Korea here. I have South America. I have Korean. Someone is about to possibly, if they don't already, have STD, AIDS, or cancer. Okay? Never argue with the fool. This is someone that was gaslighting you. They're energy harvesting, playing in your energy. I have loans, stocks, and bonds. This person could have been being paid money to do this, okay? To play around in your energy. I have South America here. I have Korean. And she was never pregnant in the first place. So whoever this is, you take this as it resonates, okay? Whoever this is, they were being blackmailed. They're saying that they were being blackmailed, so they had to go along with it. So somebody was paying somebody to either play in your energy or someone you was dating's energy. And this person is now under spiritual judgment. Now I may pull the card, they said. Okay. That's another form of energy harvesting that I'm talking about, okay? If somebody went to, say you were dating someone, and someone in their distorted karmic feminine energy was offered money to pose as an ops and to have sex or seduce someone that you were dating, and then to pull them away from you. If they were supposed to be like, oh, I got pregnant, oh my goodness, you're not going to leave me vulnerable. If your person's a really good person and your person decided to walk away from you and fell for this trap, that the ops pulled for them, they were energy harvesting from this person by playing around in their energy, saying that they were pregnant when they were really never pregnant in the first place. Okay, if this is a man this is happening to, if you are an emperor, if you are a masculine of very high vibration, there was someone, possibly a woman in her chaotic, distorted feminine energy that might have been playing around in your energy, playing games with you, saying I'm pregnant, and then she was never really pregnant, and it could have had your emotions going back and forth, especially if you're a loving person and a good father, and a family type person, you know, of a high vibration and someone that wants to do the right thing. If you're an upstanding divine masculine and you had this woman playing in your energy, she was an ops. Someone was hiring her to be in a relationship with you and to have sex with you, to throw you off, and to possibly keep you blocked off from moving toward a woman and a higher vibration, and a woman possibly that matches your vibration of love. Someone who's trying to keep you stuck behind in an old cycle, based on any unhealed wounds that you might have, or if your eyes have not been spiritually opened yet, and you're still acting out of lust, or you don't know the difference between love and lust yet, and you're still primarily acting out of things of a superficial nature, or insecurities that you might have, and this person is able to prey. The only way someone can prey on you is if you live and operate out of your ego, or if you live and operate off of unhealed wounds or insecurities that you have. Then people can play on that type of stuff. But if you're completely healed, if you have completely healed, then this was a lesson for you and you need to move on. All right, Holy Spirit, what are the messages? What are the messages? What are the messages this morning, Holy Spirit? Okay, what are the messages? Okay, there she is. She right there. That she's a Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so whoever that woman was, whether she was, whoever this Queen of Swords is, could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, or it could be any sign. Okay, but whoever this person is, this is the person that's getting ready to get STD, AIDS, or cancer. This is the person that said they were being blackmailed and had to go along with it because somebody gave them a loan. They needed some money. Somebody gave them a loan. There was some type of financial transaction involved, okay? And they were your ops, and this is the one that was playing around in either your ex's energy, or if you're a male, in your energy. She was never pregnant. She was playing mind games with you, okay? And this is her right here. She came out sideways. But whoever she is, right now she's under spiritual judgment. This is her. She's under spiritual judgment right now, okay? Yeah, there it is. The Hierophant reversed, okay? And the Star reversed. It could be an Aquarius, possibly, or this could just be someone possibly that's not in alignment with what they're supposed to be doing. This person could be spiritually inclined, possibly. What is the Star reversed with the Judgment? That's Taurus energy and Aquarius energy there. Unemployed. Okay. So this person is also losing their job. Okay. This person is either has already lost or is going to lose their job in the near future because they're under spiritual judgment. Okay. What's that Hierophant reversed? That's Taurus energy and Aquarius energy there. Okay. Financially codependent and their back is stuck against the wall. Whoever this person is, they're unemployed. Okay, and this is someone that's financially codependent and has their back stuck against the wall. Okay, this could be someone that lives in one of the southwest states of the USA. Okay, or the southwest of anywhere, of any state in the USA. You can take it as it resonates. However the spirit is showing you. Okay, yeah. Look, it fell right on top of Miss Queen of Swords over here. Okay. She has an entity attachment. That's what they're trying to tell you. They want me to do a few more. Okay. Whoever this woman is, she came out sideways because she needs help. Okay. You can't give her this help. Okay. But she needs help because she has an entity attachment. An entity has taken over. She's not even, she was in control and had her own free will in the beginning. And because she used her free will to make low vibrational thoughts, and continue to project instead of reflecting, it opened the door for this entity to attach to her. And now that this entity has entered into her, it has taken over. So she can no longer even use her free will to free herself. You know, because this entity attachment is very strong. It's going to take a lot for her to raise her vibration now to break off this entity attachment. And I've spoken about that before. See, that's why it landed on top of your little Queen of Swords karmic over here. Okay? And what I spoke of before is, if you are someone that is suffering in your chaotic, distorted masculine or feminine energy, and it's gotten so bad that you know there's an entity living inside of you, you can feel it, and you feel like you just can't shake it. You know it's attached to you. You can feel it inside of you, constantly talking over your own thoughts in your mind, and you just don't know how to shake it. I'm gonna give you some advice. The entity's gonna try to fight against you, but you have to fight back. You have to fight even for your own life. Turn on some gospel music. It doesn't even have to be gospel music. Whatever culture you are in, whoever you are, whatever type of music sings about love of the highest vibration, something very high vibrational that doesn't talk about violence, that doesn't talk about materialism, that doesn't talk about anything of a low vibration. It has to be something about love. Find some very extremely high vibrational music and blast it in your ears non-stop everywhere you go. I'm telling you, and that high, it's something about that higher vibrational music. When you're listening to it, it's going into your energy field. You're programming your subconscious mind, and it's going to cause you to start vibrating higher. When you vibrate higher and faster, that low vibrating entity that's inside of you is going to have to start detaching, because it has to have a vibration that's matching to sustain it. Just like moss needs a dark, warm, moist area to grow. When you expose it to light and get rid of all the moisture, and it's a dry area with nothing but straight sunlight hitting it, it has to disappear completely, because it does not have what it needs to grow and thrive and survive, okay? If you need to break an entity attachment, blast music in your ears. That's just to get started. That's just to get started. Cut everybody off that's around you. Isolate yourself and start listening to high vibrational music. Just to get started, okay? It's a lot you got to do. And then you got to sit on your ass every chance you get and start feeling your feelings and work on your ego. The first thing you have to do is start working on your ego, because the way to a heart chakra activation is to first release your ego, because in order to take responsibility and accountability, which are part of accepting responsibility for something, okay? Reflection. In order to be able to reflect instead of project, it requires you to take responsibility and accountability. And in order to take responsibility and accountability, you have to lower the ego. That's the only way. As long as your ego is sitting up there blocking, you're not going to be able to take responsibility and accountability for your own actions. All right? Enough for that Queen of Swords. Anybody in karmic energy, I'm just trying to give you some hinters, some pointers here in trying to transform your life, or at least get on the path. I'm trying to shine a flashlight for you to give you some type of direction to start moving in. Okay. Now, for the rest of you all, even still, something is going to unfold over the next 4 to 6 months for this person, okay? Conservative religious views. This could have been someone in a coven or the head of a coven or a cult of some time. Incoming message. You might possibly get a message about this. This is someone that possibly only liked and saw you as a friend. That could have been, this is another additional person as a part of this reading that was a part of this, okay? But these people were doing something, and they were sending one of their coven members out, that had the entity attachment to play around in your energy, okay? I was talking about this Hierophant and the star energy, and this person was also, they want you to know, and this has come out in the last 3 readings, okay? This is someone that was very jealous of you, okay? And that jealousy is probably what opened the door. 3 more, they said. That jealousy is what opened the door for that entity to put one foot in and step right on in. You know how the devil come in. The devil first stick his toe in to check and see if the temperature or the vibration is right, okay? If that water's too hot with that holy fire, the devil gonna pull his big ass foot out and be like, this vibration, it's vibrating too high for me. I can't step inside of that body. I can't merge with this energy right here. It's too hot. I can't do it. But if it's cool enough and slow enough and the vibration is low enough, the devil gonna stick his toe in. I don't want to stick my foot all the way up for y'all to see my big disgusting toe. But the devil gonna stick his toe in and be like, ooh, ooh. It's just like the baby bear in the Three Bears story. This just right. This just my vibration. This just the environment I like. This just the right temperature. This is the perfect vibration for me. Let me go and stick my whole foot up in here. All right, I'm going to bring my leg on in. All right, here we go. I'm coming in. Back up, baby. Move out the way. I'm coming in. And the devil going to move his whole body and slide right on in and take over that person. Because you're of a lower vibration, okay? You don't have that holy fire shooting from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head yet. But I'm trying to tell you how to get there. So this is someone that was also jealous of you, and it was the initial jealousy that they didn't sit down and reflect on and lower their ego long enough to recognize, I'm jealous. So now I have to get to the nature of what caused this jealousy inside of me. What made me jealous? What is it about that person that I see that I don't see in myself? Because if I see myself the same way I see that person, I wouldn't feel jealous of them. So it's something about their energy signature that I feel like I don't have. So let's take a look at me now and see what I feel insecure about and what I feel like I don't have. And if it's something that I don't have that I would like to have, what steps do I need to take it? Well, step one is the person I'm watching that I'm jealous of, because instead of having high vibrational feelings of inspiration and being inspired by that person, instead I'm feeling jealousy feelings, because there's nothing wrong with watching a person that's inspiring you. I watch people all the time that inspire me. I watch tarot card readers that inspire me. I watch preachers that inspire me. I watch people, life coaches. I watch lecturers that inspire me. Not once have I ever felt jealous. I've been thirsty. I've been thirsty for knowledge. I've been thirsty for learning, new information. I'm thirsty. And I'm thirsty and I'm inspired and I'm excited and I'm happy. I'm experiencing all these high vibrational things at the same time. If you're in that energy when you're watching someone, keep watching them. That's what we're there to infect each other with that high vibration of wanting to learn. But if when you're watching someone, instead of feeling inspired, you feel jealous, that means stop watching that person because they triggered you. Now, maybe you were drawn to that person so they can trigger you, but once they trigger you, pull your energy back from them. Don't continue to watch them. Now it's time to go sit down and reflect. Because if jealousy is an issue for you at this particular time, and you're not inspired and you're only feeling jealousy, okay, good. Now that you were triggered, it was meant to happen. Now, don't continue to watch that person because your character might be weak at this time. You might be tempted to take low vibrational actions toward them. So instead of continuing to watch your temptation, if macaroni and cheese is your temptation, if lobster with butter is your temptation, or if like salmon is your temptation with a whole bunch of salmon Caesar salad, or like if you used to like oxtail over some coconut rice is your temptation. Sorry. Temptation, yes. Succulent oxtail, especially when it's cooked so tender, it's like butter. Y'all shouldn't still be eating meat, goddammit. But whatever your temptation is, you don't want to keep it inside of in your face if that's something you don't have full control over yet. You want to remove temptation from in front of you. So once you've been triggered by that temptation, you want to move away from it and have a seat and get into an energy of reflecting why you were being triggered by that person, what about that person it is that you admire, that you're jealous of, and then you want to look inside yourself. Do I have what that person has? What is it they have I'm jealous of? Now, how can I get that for myself? Why am I insecure because I don't have it? Is it something that I need? Okay? And then you want to sit down and start finding out what type of healing you need to do, or what avenues or steps you need to take to make yourself feel whole, to where you feel that you're the same match as that person you were jealous of. Don't go back to that person no more. Don't look at him no more, and don't listen to him no more. Not until you heal yourself, because that person serves as a temptation now for you to do some wickedness. They're a temptation for you. Don't watch them no more. Don't watch them until you heal yourself. Okay? Because that's something you don't have control over yet. Okay? Don't go order oxtail no more and just sit in front of the thing praying to God that you don't be tempted to eat it. What the hell are you sitting up there ordering it for and looking at it and breathing over it and smelling it and licking it for if you know you're not supposed to eat it and you don't want to eat it? And sucking on the bone. No bone better than an oxtail bone. Blood of Jesus, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. Stay away from the foods that are a temptation to you. Don't smell them. Don't look at them. Don't be around them. So, if they're the person that you are jealous of and they're a temptation from you, all I'm saying is, if you don't want to get an entity attachment, stay out of their energy, okay? Stay out of their energy, okay? Y'all said 3 more cards, and that's what I'm going to do. Come on, 3 more cards. The Hierophant reversed, then the star. 1. This already happened, okay? This already happened in the past. Okay, that one I'm touching, they said. Mexico. That's another energy that's here in this reading. One last card. They said, okay. Restaurant. Okay, restaurant, breakfast, or dinner. This person that is of Mexican descent. This is someone that you're close to. I don't know, you take what side of this you're on. It could be either someone is doing this to you or you could be doing this to somebody else. But you know what this means. Okay, Mexico energy here. And this happened in the past, meaning it could have happened to you or you could have been the perpetrator of this. You could be this Queen of Swords. I don't know, you take it. But right now, someone has a mental disability. And the reason they have a mental disability is because they have that entity attachment that is running them. Okay? All right. So I'm going to continue on with this reading. Holy Spirit, what are the messages? What are the rest of these messages? Why? Why you keep showing up in my readings? Cancer, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you on my table? I'm sorry. Okay, so I have the Page of Pentacles here, okay? So this either means that this could have either been an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, the Queen of Swords, whoever this energy is, this narcissistic energy is that went and they're showing me now this possibly could be a Cancer energy. This Queen of Swords could have been possibly playing around in this Cancer's energy, okay? And Page of Pentacles could either mean this was an earth sign doing this, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or it could possibly mean that this is the work that they were doing, these low vibrational things, playing around in their energy, doing spell work, doing sex magic, and also doing mental manipulation by saying that they were pregnant and they were never really pregnant in the first place because this Page of Pentacles fell over top, y'all saw it, of this Queen of Swords that's on the sideways here, right here, okay? And then this Cancer that won't leave me alone. Cancer, whoever this Cancer is, they are very stubborn. Cancer, you are very stubborn, okay? But this is your energy, Cancer, okay? So this could be happening to you. You take this as it resonates. You in here. I can't fight you no more. I tried to beat you out of every one of my readings, but you keep finding your way back. Finding my way back to you. Yeah, that's the song that's playing in my head right now. Find my way back to you. Ooh, Holy Grail. I don't know why that just came. Holy Grail. Holy Grail. Why is Holy Grail jumping up in my head? Somebody said Holy Grail in my collective just now. Holy Grail! Holy Grail. There it is. The Grail cup right there. Okay? Somebody tried to do something to you, collective, but they didn't realize you were the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is divine feminine energy. Okay? Somebody made somebody an offer, to take from your cup. But your cup, this cup is filled up with your divine feminine energy. And someone's temptation was to try to drink from your cup, that Holy Grail, okay? But guess what? They were not worthy. They were not worthy to drink from your cup, okay? Because they were too busy drinking and sipping and were already full and filled up from the cup of iniquity. Hallelujah. The cup of iniquity is what they've been sipping and drinking from. So they was already full, so they didn't have no room to drink from your divine feminine energy, that holy grail that was brought to them. So they're dissatisfied. They didn't get filled up the right way with these 3 cups of iniquity they were drinking from. So they tried to take a sip from your cup of divine feminine energy, that holy grail right there that was brought to them by the universe as a temptation. And they tried it, and the universe said, you are unworthy. Yeah. You're unworthy. You are unworthy. You are unworthy. You are unworthy is what they keep repeating. You are unworthy. Damn, you are unworthy. You are unworthy. You are unworthy. Okay. Damn. They said to say it 3 more times, y'all, and I'm just being obedient. Who is worthy to pull the sword of King Arthur from the stone? Okay? That's symbolic. That's symbolic. Who is worthy to pierce the veil? Okay? Who is worthy to go into the Holy of Holies? You have to be of a certain vibration to pierce that veil and go into the Holy of Holies through meditation, right? To access a certain type of power. You have to be responsible. With great power comes great responsibility. And if you're unworthy and too low of a vibration, you may not enter, and you may not access that great power. Because the things that you will do with that power are sick and unrighteous. So that's why you were unable to take from that drink and cup of that holy grail, that divine feminine energy, okay? So now I have the Knight of Pentacles here. I believe this is an earth sign that you were involved with that was energy harvesting from a Cancer energy possibly, okay? I have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is someone that's practical and someone that might be financially stable, okay? This is something that's important to this person. Money is very important to this Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or whoever has this strongly in their chart. I have way too many pentacles sitting up here. The Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? It's not a game here. This is someone with a whole lot of earth in their chart that money is extremely important to. You know, stability above all else. I feel like this person might have a prominent Gemini somewhere in their chart, okay? With Gemini that operate out of their lower self more than their higher self, money is not the only thing. Money is everything. Or money is not everything. Money is the only thing is the Gemini motto for Gemini that operate out of their lower self. So whoever this person is, it could be someone that's very practical, that they only see things in terms of, is this going to add to financial stability? Is this something that is what we're doing or working on going to build us up financially? You know, I could care less about emotions. I could care less about feelings, because that's why I showed up as a Queen of Swords. I showed up as a Queen of Swords and Pentacles only. There are no cups over here. There are no cups. And this is why whoever, they want me to pull this card that's poking out down here too. I don't know what this is. And it caused a whole bunch of burdens, okay? Because this is not the path that was aligned for this person. This person in this lifetime was not supposed to focus only on money, okay? And this is not a part of their destined path. This was not in alignment for them to only focus on money in this lifetime, okay? Whoever the star in the reverse is, they're not in their aligned path, and they keep being caused more and more burdens, because the cups that they were drinking from over here with this Queen of Swords that has all that earth in their chart, that's like money first, money above everything, that's the cup of iniquities that this person has been drinking from, that's causing them all these burdens. 10 of Wands. They're burdened because God is trying to tell you something. God is trying to tell you something right now. I've married. Daddy. I've married. See, Daddy? Sinners get married too. This person is only practical. There's no emotional here. Whoever this Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo is, I feel like they were just really pressing on whoever this, possibly a water sign, possibly Cancer energy here, is the importance of only money and manipulation, swords, mental. That's it. There are no cups here, okay? So from drinking from these cups of iniquity, where love, emotion, the spiritual side of things, it doesn't exist in this world that they were operating out of, and the energy they were operating out of. And that's why this person is now burdened. Because God has been trying to tell you something, brother. God has been trying to tell you that you have to acknowledge the real spiritual part of life. Life is not only about money. Life is not only about gaining monetary financial gain to sustain yourself and to sustain the ego. Life is about the spiritual side of growth. Life is about growth. Spiritual growth. Guess what? You could become a damn billionaire and accomplish everything that you seek out to accomplish here. Your children become rich, wealthy, and guess what? The only thing that's going to happen is, if you don't grow spiritually, is all that money and wealth you done gained, guess what? The next generation from your bloodline, they're going to lose all that money. In the next life, they'll lose all that money, be poor, and start all over again, and build again toward the same thing over and over again. And keep going, doing the same thing in a cycle. Keep being reborn over and over again, and have the same troubles over and over again, and the same burdens, living from hand to foot, mouth to, you're going to keep going through cycles in your bloodline of working hard, building up to wealth, and then when you get to wealth, the next generation is going to lose the wealth, and then you're going to be poor again, and then you're going to build up to wealth again, and be poor again, because these hardships are part of a cycle that you're supposed to have spiritual realizations about, to understand that the purpose is not to keep recycling over and over again like this. The purpose is to use these things going on in your life and relationships as lessons, not to make money, but lessons to grow your soul spiritually and evolve spiritually. That's the spiritual side of life that you are not acknowledging, that you are supposed to be evolving spiritually and growing yourself spiritually. Acknowledge the spiritual side so that you may grow and not have to keep incarnating over and over again and doing the same thing. Eventually, you're supposed to incarnate past this realm of living. You're not supposed to stay stuck on this wheel of incarnation over and over again. It's a wheel. Okay? And when you're stuck in a certain mind frame, you're stuck in that wheel because you have not acknowledged the spiritual side of existence. The real reason that we're here, which is for lessons, for your spiritual growth. So eventually your spiritual eyes will open, and you haven't gotten that yet. Okay? All right. What are the messages, Holy Spirit? What are the messages, Holy Spirit? Well, this came out like this. Yeah, so this person actually is getting ready to have a whole lot of financial loss. I told you, whoever that Capricorn energy is, they might, their root chakra is imbalanced. And the reason their root chakra is imbalanced, maybe they grew up poor. Maybe they grew up, in an energy or a family wherein they only focused on money because they might have had a lot of lack in their childhood. So that's why it created that imbalance in which they only focus on money. They only focus on these things. And they are financially codependent. This person is extremely financially codependent, like I showed you before, and they're unemployed. And they were jealous of somebody, maybe because someone else is financially codependent. But in any case, this person now is going to experience a whole lot of breadcrumbing and lack financially because this is their karma for what they were doing. If you try too hard, and this is going to happen quickly, okay? Because now this person is being put out in the cold. This person is being separated from you with this 5 of Pentacles. And God is the one that's bringing this separation. God is separating this person from you. They said that one too. Okay. It's a queen. Okay. Queen of Wands. This Queen of Wands energy might be you. You might be a very confident person. But God is separating this. God is forcing this separation from you and that person because you're supposed to be coming out of this, the world reverse, repeating this cycle over and over again in which you're focused on the wrong things. It's time for growth. God is trying to help open your eyes so that you can use your free will to break this cycle that you have been stuck in because you have not yet realized your true purpose and gotten on it. Okay? Clarify this Knight of Wands. What's happening very quickly? Yeah, this person was put in your life to try to keep you in a cycle. They were trying to keep you in that cycle so that they could keep energy harvesting from you. Knight of Swords. What is the Knight of Swords? What's this quick action? All right, the Empress reversed here. Okay, the Empress reversed. Okay. Okay, a truth. Someone could have quickly... okay. Oh. A truth. They said, let me tell you what my guide said to me. They said, pull that card too. And I said, yeah, okay. And I pulled it. And as I pulled it, I said the truth. And then I pulled the Ace of Swords. But it's more to this. I'm going to pull cards on it. But the truth is coming out now. With this Page of Swords here, the truth has been revealed to you, possibly about something that really went on with this Empress reverse. Now, the Empress could be a woman that's pregnant or a woman that told you she was pregnant, but some type of a truth surrounding a pregnancy, I believe, might have come out very quickly with this Knight of Swords energy. Okay, go ahead, Holy Spirit. This could have just happened. This truth could have recently just happened. With the Six of Cups, this could be something even happening right now. Some type of truth is finally being revealed to you. This person could have Gemini energy here, okay? Or this truth is what could have caused you guys to break up or to separate from each other. And that might have been divine intervention from God, because it's to give you time to use your mind. Yeah. Maybe they told you the truth. King of Swords. Okay. Maybe whoever this energy, the Queen of Swords is, maybe she came out and told you the truth herself. What is that? Temperance. There it is. Right there. You want all of these? Okay. They were working on something that where the expectation for what they were working on, it did not... that's what it is. Okay. I have Sagittarius energy here, the Temperance card, okay? And I have a King of Swords. Okay, so this is a completely separate energy right here, okay? A Sagittarius energy, or someone with Sagittarius heavily aspected in their chart, could have possibly told you some type of a truth that could have balanced something out for yourself, okay? That someone that you could have thought was your wish fulfillment, or you could have seen as being your wish fulfillment, possibly whatever they were trying to manifest for themselves, they didn't get what they were expecting. Whatever they were working on on you, you know, whatever type of ritual they were doing, whatever they were doing playing in your energy, or if they were trying to play in the energy of a third party and use you to get through to a third party, to energy harvest from the third party, you take it as it resonates. But whoever was getting used here in order to accomplish whatever goal they were trying to accomplish, they didn't get the expectations for the work that they were putting in on you. The work that they were putting in on you, they didn't get what they were expecting. I believe it was a ritual that they were doing, and they didn't get what they were expecting. Okay? And whoever this person is, their job was to keep you blinded and to keep you thinking that they were your wish fulfillment. They wanted you to believe that you were their divine counterpart. Okay, so they were doing anything they had to do to keep you bonded and attached to them. Okay, but you might have gotten the truth possibly from a Sagittarius energy, okay, or a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You take it as it resonates here. And after you got that truth, you might have walked away from that person. I believe it's something about it had something surrounding to do a pregnancy. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was something surrounding a pregnancy, okay? The Ace of Swords with the Empress has to do with someone that's pregnant, or it's surrounding a pregnancy, okay? All right, whatever y'all say. Clarify that Ace of Swords for me, please. Aye. Someone could have terminated a pregnancy. Next in line to die, transition. Next few days. Aye. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. tattoos, piercings. This could be someone with tattoo piercing. And it's not your baby. I can't make this shit up. And it's not your baby fell on this Empress in the river. Oh. And this came out because this person's under spiritual judgment for what they've been doing. I'm going to stop this reading right here. I'm going to stop this reading right here. I'm going to stop this reading right here. This is it. Under spiritual judgment. Whoever that narcissistic energy is, whether it was an air sign or whether it was an earth sign of some kind, okay? I had a lot of earth there. Because of some childhood wounds and insecurities having to do with lack, they've only focused on money their entire life. And I'm not pointing a finger at that person. That's a lot of us. A lot of us get like that because we grew up poor. Not everybody, but depending on what lessons you incarnated here from, you know. And we're all here for lessons. So I'm not pointing a finger at her. But this Empress in the reverse, they were playing in your energy about a baby. First, they lied to you about being pregnant, and they were never pregnant. And then they might have even had a baby by you, or told you it was your baby, and it wasn't even your baby. Excuse me. It wasn't even your baby. Look. It's not your baby. Under spiritual judgment. I'm not sure what this means, but next in line to transition. That could mean that she might terminate the pregnancy, or that could mean that this person, I don't know why this is next few days. Y'all take this as it resonates, okay? It says next in line to transition, next few days, okay? And then it says tattoos and piercings. Now, there's also a good chance that next in line of transition means that this person could have contracted an STD, AIDS, or cancer, or some type of illness or disease in which it might start to debilitate them, and they might pass away over time. In the 4, 6 months, 13 months, 3 years, no one knows. But this person is, something debilitating is going on with them that may cause them to transition before their time. Okay? All right. That's not good at all, but it's a part of life, and it's a part of our life cycles, and it's a part of our lessons. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, please give me some final cards, and we'll end this reading. Give me some. Okay. Okay. So now things are very stagnant for Queen of Pentacles reverse, man or woman, and they're very sad. And this person wants to contact you. Cancer, this could be either your energy, or this could be that Queen of Swords energy. You all take this as it resonates, but right now everything has come to a complete standstill. The Hangman, this Pisces energy here. This is the Hangman in the reverse. Things have come to a standstill because someone is getting realizations, but they don't know what to do because they feel stuck. Because of actions that they have taken, they feel like that they cannot go right and they cannot go left. I'm looking at this stick at the bottom here in both directions, and I feel like with the two bushes right here, I feel like they can't go right and they can't go left. They feel like they can't go forward and they can't go backwards either, and they're not unsure what to do. I mean, I can tell you what this card means. What it means is you are in a stuck position right now in which you cannot go forward and you cannot go backwards. And the reason is they got you stuck to this cross because they want you now to go up into your mind. They want you to go up into your mind and to finally release your ego. Actually, before your mind, they want you to go into your heart. They want you to go into your heart to release your ego so that you can take accountability and responsibility for what part you've played in your life, in actions that you have taken that have brought you to where you are today thus far. And when you take accountability and responsibility for your actions, that's going to cause your heart to start to open like the Grinch that stole Christmas. Your heart is going to grow from that. That's a heart chakra activation. As your heart starts to, you're going to feel vibrations moving around in your heart. It's going to hurt a little bit. You're going to, ouch. what is that? Somebody call a hospital. I'm having pains in my heart. That's because those pains in your heart are you lowering your ego long enough to take accountability and responsibility. And once you do that comes the good part. Love starts to flow in. And because love allows you to take responsibility and accountability for your actions, then you're going to know what the next actions to take are to do, which would be to take corrective action, which would be to start apologizing, okay? You're not there yet, but you're in the hangman position right now. But you see the page of cups in the reverse. This is you right now. There's somebody that you're all in your head and stuck in. You're over here in this stuck position here in your mind because you're fighting your ego right now. Okay, you're over here fighting your ego because this is you. It's like you want to apologize to somebody, but you want to gaslight them at the same time, and you want to hold on to your ego, and you're still kind of being childish. Okay. And you just want to like text somebody to check their temperature to see if they'll still speak to you, because of something you could have done to somebody, okay? But you're in deep regret about how you behaved towards somebody because you were being very shallow. You were being very shallow and materialistic and low vibrational, okay, with this Queen of Pentacles energy reversed, okay? But in order, this is the thing. In order to get out of this stuck position you're in right now, where you can't go forward and backwards, God has cornered you. God cornered you into this position right here so that you could have your heart chakra activation. In this very moment, this is where you are, in this position. This is the position Easter. This is the position Jesus was in when he wanted to show everybody this physical body don't mean nothing. I want everybody to understand this physical body don't mean nothing. And when I say it to you, you don't know what I mean because, it's still early on in time. This is over 1,000 years ago. It's hard for you guys to understand. I don't have a picture book to show you. So I'm going to demonstrate by going up on this cross. And I'm going to sacrifice my own human body. And I'm going to take who I am, my soul, the inner part of me out. And I'm going to go into a whole nother body and walk up to you to show you Happy Easter. Look at me. It's me. It's me. I'm the same person. Look, that body I was in meant nothing. And that's you. Because you were so shallow. You have to, God has got you trapped on this cross here, upside down, stuck. Because you're to release your ego, okay? That has you in a shallow way of thinking that everything is always about something superficial on the outside, the way something looks. And to recognize what's going on the inside, okay? So that you'll be able to come off this cross and know what direction you can move in once you have this realization and release that ego. And then you're able to go and instead of trying to come and gaslight somebody about your actions in a Page of Cups reverse, you'll be able to come forward like this. I want to apologize to you from a heart space of love and not one from ego. I want to be honest with you. I've treated you and other people in my life a certain way because I was very surface level. I couldn't see deeper into a situation because of my ego. I was going based on how things looked to me on the outside, on physical appearance. I judged you. I deemed you to be evil because you didn't have a career, or because you work this type of job, or because you make less money, or because you don't have a PhD, because you didn't go to college, because you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. I treated you like you were less. I did this. I did that. I've treated people this way. I've done this, that, and the other. I've looked upon people and spoke to people in this type of a way and passed judgment on people. I've given credit to other people where credit was not due simply because they looked a certain way to me. And it was because of my ego. I couldn't see deeper into a person's soul. Because of my ego, I was blinded. And I would like to sincerely apologize to you because I took action against you because of those prejudices that I had. And I'm not wanting to be in my ego anymore. So I'm releasing my ego so I can walk up to you in the upright and tell you I have been childish and I apologize to you. It doesn't mean I have to be back in your life. A sincere apology means it doesn't matter whether or not you're willing to take me back. It's just the fact I have an opportunity to exercise my free will to apologize, and whether you take me back or not, it does not matter. Whether you allow me to be friends with you again or not, it does not matter. What matters to me is that I set the score straight. I set the record straight by apologizing with my free will because I have love in my heart. and I want to transform my life. I am Kuan Yin, and this is I Have No Cut Cards Tarot.